Hey, how's it going? Hi.
All right.
We are obviously no longer in North Carolina.
Good morning. Get the iPad. Good. Woohoo. So if you have not normally watched us, we are the Sail Bums. I'm Allie and this is Galen. And we are traveling through Florida right now. So we are on Nettles Island. And I'll repeat that a little later when we get some people on. But we're on Nettles Island, staying close to our dear friends John and Susie and hanging out for like a week. And then we're going to be in a few different places. Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie, we're going to Miami. We got a lot of things going on. But our boat, Molly, that we live on full time, is up in Wrightsville, North Carolina right now under the wonderful, watchful eye of our friend Mike.
Figure where everybody is.
Galen's got his new shirt on that he bought at the Manatee Place.
I love it.
Yep. We'll talk about that. There's a cool little manatee. What'd you call that? A museum?
Yeah, I like it.
Manatee observations.
Manatee Observation Center.
There you go.
And
There were manatees in front of where you guys played the other day.
I love that place.
Two really big ones.
They're in Maine
Manatees.
time over there.
Ooh.
our friends John and Susie are actually with us in the background here. In a few minutes, I'm going to take you out front. I'll show you the rig and how we got it parked and everything as soon as we get more people on.
I think I've actually got the inside of the RV looking nice enough this morning that you could do a little tour too. Not that it's been looking so horrible, but I'm like, I think you'd be okay to do a little tour. We're kind of used to living in small spaces. It's not a new thing. So we're right, the position that we have in this park, so we're basically in a complex that has a lot of tiny houses, some medium-sized, really interesting, quirky houses, and then RV lots. And we're on one of the RV lots, but we're right on this little canal. So there's water right behind the RV and a little boardwalk. We can't really walk it; it goes to people's properties, but but we can at least be right next to the water, and that's kind of cool. Anybody on?
No, yeah, I mean, it just turned 11.
We're on.
You were really? John and Susie are
John
on.
and Susie are watching us from 5 feet away.
We're up in your viewing numbers.
There you go.
See a mirror. There are mirror.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think there's a way we can correct that, but we never.
Yeah. Oh, somebody's doing something. Bill Davis says good morning.
Good morning, Bill. We're on
Hey,
we're on a little lovely mat rug and a couple of awesome camp chairs that our friends had already put on the RV, which we're really grateful for. And we're using the RV of our friends Deb and Melanie, and incredibly grateful for that. And they are in the process of driving. They're probably up there by now. They were driving to Maine yesterday.
Oh, there is Christina. Hi,
Christina, good morning from Canada.
We did not. She asked. She goes, RV. You decided to move into one. We didn't. No. We did kind of move into one, but we are borrowing. An opportunity came up where a friend said, "Take our RV," and we're going to say no.
We were going to rent a car and go to Florida for a few things, and they just said our RV is sitting in the driveway. We're not going to use it till spring. It should not sit all that time. So you're doing us a favor. Go learn everything about our new RV and come back and teach us.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. We got 2 or 3 weeks on the RV, tooling around here. Got Pickles with us, and who is enjoying himself immensely. Oh my God, he loves it here.
I think it's like he's on a boat, but it doesn't move as much.
Yeah.
Is he trying to wander around?
Oh, well, you brought him outside once, but you haven't let go of him, right? You've held him.
I let him down for a second, but Of course, he doesn't like run in it. I just didn't want him to like get underneath the rig,
Yeah.
and that would have been a disaster. So
Yeah.
I kind of held on to him for the most part, but
It would be so much easier if we could put him on a leash, but he just won't do it.
no. But he just wants to see. He just wants to see what's out here and what's going on, and then he wants to go back in because his bed's in there and he's comfortable.
And his food.
Yeah. But he definitely wants to see what's going on, especially if there's people out here. He wants to say hi to people and go back to bed.
Yeah.
So,
It's like when we're on the boat, he jumps up into the cockpit when he hears people, says hi, meows at everybody, and then goes back and goes to sleep. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think of like the RV life? What do you think we're converting? Do you think we should
Ooh.
move
Are you
over?
asking me or no?
You.
Oh, okay.
We love it.
I have to admit, I like it more than I thought I would. One of the great things that we love about having a sailboat is that, well, and honestly any boat, but especially a sailboat, is that we can anchor it somewhere and it doesn't cost us any money. That's getting harder and harder in Florida, and there are a lot of restrictions you have to watch out for. But with an RV, unless you're off grid all the time, which is a lot harder, you are costing money RVing most of the time. So I do like the inexpensive aspect of being able to just anchor our boat anywhere versus being in an RV.
I don't know. You can boondock. You can boondock if you know what you're doing.
Well, and especially, I'm starting to get a feel for it, where if we were doing it, we would probably boondock a lot of the time, and then like once a week be in a place where you can fuel up, purge, do all the things you'd have a night of decadence of everything being hooked up.
I'm sure if we
you know.
did it more, we'd get to know more people. Yeah. And I'm sure like John and Susie could show it because they RV all over the place. Somebody could show us, well, okay, if you want to boondock, which is the RV version of anchoring out, really.
Like you're not connected to all the things.
But and it's usually free. So I'm sure somebody could show us how to do it more cheaply and better. But yeah, I don't know.
It is awfully nice to be plugged in. So where we are in this RV pad that we're on, we've got water hookup, we've got electricity, so we're not having to run the generator. We can choose to have gray water and black water hooked up all the time, so it's constantly purging. Some people do it a little differently.
Yeah, you kind of have to do it a little differently.
Yeah. But everything's right here. It's super convenient, and we can run the air conditioner as much as we want to. And with this particular one, it's a certain flat rate for having the spot. So whether we run the air conditioner or not, it's the same price. So we're comfortable.
Yeah, but
So
that's the
we're-
same as being at a marina.
Well,
we
I
could
guess
do,
that's
We
true.
could do that on our boat. We are doing that on our boat essentially right now.
Yep, except that we don't have
We're
air conditioning. Yeah.
We're at a marina, but we could buy air conditioning and put an air conditioner in
Yeah.
and just run it.
So in
So
general,
we wouldn't really need it because it's, fucking 20 degrees up there right now.
we definitely don't need it right now. But in general, I'm enjoying this RV experience more than I expected to. I have to admit.
I'm digging it because it's something new. If you said, because we're looking for a boat right now, in case you didn't know that. That's actually most of the reason why we're down here is we're out looking at boats.
Oh, it was to see John and Susie.
If you said what?
It was to see John and
It was to
Susie.
see John and
That's right.
Susie and drag them with us so they can see the boats we're looking at. Which we did too. No, it's if you're telling me right now, no, instead of buying a boat, buy an RV. I don't really see. I'm not sold on it. I think it's, although I do think we could do it much more less expensive. I think we're being a little decadent right now just because we want to see that part of it.
And we wanted a little short
I-
vacation experience too.
But I think we're doing that right now because we want to see that part of it. But I think I don't know if it's. I think it's a really expensive way to not have to unpack your clothes. is really, I mean, seriously, we could get like a Prius or something like that, throw all our shit in it, and stay in hotel rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And because if we had the cost of the rig too, it's like, you know, we could visit a lot of places and stay in a lot of nice hotel rooms before we spent more than it costs for a rig and the operating expenses for that rig.
It's definitely great if you have pets. So,
That's
you
the
know,
other thing.
It's an easy way to keep your pets with you all the time, and
That's true. The puss is screwing.
I don't know. If you suddenly turned to me today and said, "I've rethought this whole thing, this whole life thing. I've rethought the whole thing, and instead of getting a boat, I want to get an RV," I might not fight you on it.
Really?
I'm not
That's
saying
interesting.
I'm not saying I would push for it, but if you were really excited about that and you really wanted to do that, I could probably give you free, at least for a little while. It doesn't. None of this stuff has to be permanent, right? Even if we buy another boat, we're purposefully looking for boats that have really good resale value. So if we decide we get a certain boat right now and down the road it's not really everything that we thought it would be for us, we can turn around and sell it. And so the same thing with an RV. We probably buy not a brand new, more of a used RV, and if we used it for a year or so and decided we wanted to go back to boating, we could do that.
Yeah. Christina asks, have you ever figured out how much per year or per month it is to live on the boat? And
Yeah.
yes, but there's been such variations in that. There's been months where we have lived on a budget that would shock you.
Yeah. The first couple of years, it was amazing how little we lived on.
And you can spend, of course, as much as you want. But for us, living how we've lived, what would you say average expenditures?
I haven't done an average of all of it, but I can tell you that we've lived for as cheaply as $600 to $800 a month.
That includes groceries.
That includes groceries
everything.
and our bills.
Yeah.
And what really that amounts to is we were living on about $500 a month, not including outstanding, bills that we have every month that just had to be covered. So we've done it that cheaply before. It wasn't necessarily super fun, and that was back when.
Yeah, when we've had to.
Yeah,
like
and I had.
being trapped in Cape May and things like that.
And at that point, I had overstocked the boat with non-perishables, so we could, kind of live on a lot of that. When we first set off, I overstocked the boat with like way too much food, because I just didn't really understand how often we'd be able to get groceries and stuff.
But if you figure we can, we don't have to pay to be at an anchorage, and we prefer being at anchorages. We don't do that because we can't afford it or it's cheap. We actually prefer being at anchorages. But figure some of the places you go, you're gonna have to get a mooring wall.
Mm-hmm.
So the narrowboat, depending where you are, anywhere from $20 to $80 a night. $400 to $500 a month if you stay for a month.
I would say when we're not traveling and we're not doing anything like a huge repair that needs doing like just an average month. I'm so sorry.
Oh, there's repairs
For
too.
us, living decadently is probably around $2,500 to $3,000 a month, and living leanly is under $1,000.
So you can't count Cape May being so cheap without counting the $3,000 engine,
Right.
which is cheap for an engine. But we did
And I'm
spend
just-
$3,000 on an engine to get out of there. So
I'm thinking more like an average month where you don't have things like that going
yeah,
on.
but there's no average month. That's the problem.
Yeah,
It's
it's
hard.
very up and down.
But yeah, that ranting will give you an idea of kind of what we spend.
It's funny because we're on a lot of, and I know you guys are too, on a lot of boating and sailing Facebook type groups. and they'll talk about, and I'm sure the RV groups do this too, they'll talk about, someone new who's never really done it before will get on, what do I need for a budget? And those kind of questions come up all the time. And you get 100 different answers of, oh, you can live for like, $300 a month and all this, and people are like, you're insane. And then other people will say you can't live for under $5,000 a month, and most of us that have lived leanly are like, well, that's just silly. But but it also depends on what you have for a boat, because if we have a sailboat and we can sail most of the places that we go, we're using a lot less fuel. If you have a faster power boat, you're gonna burn through a lot of money
Oh my
really
God,
quickly because of
insane.
fuel.
How much did that guy, he went up to ICW, we met him in Massachusetts. How much did he spend in fuel?
Oh God.
$14,000.
Yes,
something like that.
yes, I remember that
Is
now.
he in?
He was in like one of those little, like 3 or 4, and 200 horsepower engine, and they were so bougie because they were kind of like, man, he goes, every night, my wife made sure we had to be at a marina at 4 o'clock, and marina had to have a restaurant in it and all this stuff, and it's like, okay, so yeah, that's.
Yeah.
So he was hammered down the whole trip, up the ICW.
Well, a lot of
So,
it, but that's
we got
another.
a lot of people talking here.
Cool.
We got Parker's on. Hi, Park.
Hey, Parker.
It's our son Parker. A lot easier to travel home or international in an RV. Sometimes, yeah, I don't know. International depends, because if you have a documented vessel, sometimes that's a little easier. Let's see. Hamby's on his way to Boatyard to roll and trip Somalic Grip. Mike, by the way, I opened up that bay, 30 amp fuse, completely blown. So good call, bud. Susie Olson's on. Hi, Susie.
Oh, hey, Susie.
You
Oh,
two
wow.
made into a precise science. Can't wait for your return to Maine.
I'm going to be up, Susie. I'm coming up the 30th, and I'm going to be up for 2 weeks. I'm coming up to help my mom and my stepfather with some stuff and stay with them. And so I will be up for a little while.
Myrna Clifford's on. She said good morning. Susie says we have to have a sailboat because you're the sailbones. I sent you information on a friend. Did the Army think for me? Oh, cool. Last yacht burned 55 gallons an hour.
What the hell?
Yeah. Well, he showed me. He was that's Mike, and he's a captain too. And he goes out and he showed me the screenshot one day. They were burning like 75 gallons an hour that day.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Expensive
wow.
days. Hey, Parker, Dad's wearing the Burt hat.
Yep, this is a bird hat. Susie, you may have covered this already, but there's certain points you stop at to gas up knowing that the prices are cheapest there, or you're sort of corralled into having to use a particular fill-up station because it's the only one for
That's a
miles
great
and
question.
miles. Are you asking that about the RV, or are you asking about that for the boat?
It really, it's the same answer.
For the RV, well, it's a lot less. Yeah, for the RV, we I'm sorry, the thing keeps going away. I don't know why. I mean, I would like to look for the cheapest gas, but and this burns diesel. Essentially, diesel's pretty much the same price everywhere. It's really close. We do get some discounts because we have some fuel cards at like Love and what was it? Flying
Oh.
J there,
Right.
Pilot.
Yep.
So and
Harris Teeter.
Harris Teeter. So we have some like fuel cards that give us like a 25-cent discount. It's pretty
Better than
deep.
nothing.
So we'll try to stop those places, but honestly, I'll stop at the place that's most convenient for me to put this rig in because
You're doing a
it's
great job,
not,
Brett.
it's not that easy to drive just in anywhere and fuel up and drive out. Even this is a small rig, but I'm new at this, so
Yeah, you're very apprehensive, but you're doing a great job.
Well,
Like,
I'm apprehensive because I don't want to get stuck somewhere. She's asking about the boat though. The boat, that is a good question. That even more so, the boat we have right now is really hard to get into places. It's not very maneuverable, even though it's only a 37-foot boat. Sailboats are not, full keel sailboats aren't that maneuverable. So, and you have the tide, the current, and all those things, and the wind, that are going to fight you. So if I see a place that I know I can get in easily, and the current's there, and the wind's not high, I'm going to go in and fuel up there. And I honestly don't care how much it costs.
it's more about getting it in there safely.
It's getting in and out of that fuel dock
Some are
safely.
tricky. Some are really tricky.
Some are very tricky, and because a lot of the places you're fueling up are on the ICW, and the ICW is there's a lot of really good docks there, but there's a lot of fuel docks that are more catered for the the runabouts and the small boats, and they might be in a place that has a high current, or you might be going through it at a time where there's a lot of current. So you gotta, I take it wherever I can get it. But honestly, we burn a gallon an hour on that boat.
It's a while before we have to refuel.
When we have the engines on. When we're offshore, we try to have the engine off as much as possible, so we're not really burning. And we have a 75, 80 gallon tank on that boat. So
there are times we don't refuel for over a month.
we cruise about 5 knots. So like 5.5, 6 miles per hour. Figure that, and then figure a gallon per hour. We can go quite a ways.
We have another advantage. We keep, if you look at pictures of Molly online, you'll see gas cans. There were covers on them, but there's like gas cans lined up, fuel cans lined up on the front of Molly. And it's not uncommon at all for us to grab 2 of our diesel cans, take those in the dinghy and go to shore, fill those up, and bring them back to the boat. And sometimes that's easier, even though you're lifting 6-gallon fuel cans. Sometimes that's actually easier than bringing Molly into a dock.
Yeah, sometimes we have to do that. Hey, you guys want to see the rig? I'm going to grab you, and I'm going to go up front so you can see what it looks like. It's a 26-foot, 25-foot Thor Tiburon, and that's on a Mercedes-Benz chassis. It's pretty new. It's like a 2024. So
Yeah, and our friends,
we're not used to this at all.
our friends had only taken it between Maine and Raleigh, North Carolina, and just driven down. They didn't stay on it or cook on it or anything like that. So we're using a lot of their systems for the very first time.
And you get to see our favorite Prius out front too. The Hippie Mobile. I'm gonna take these off because I can't see. Get my big old head out of the way here. Can you all see that? I can get out of the way. Yeah, so that's the rig. This is the park we're at. I'll just kind of give you a view of our environment here.
Myrna Clifford's on.
And that's an anchorage right down there that we stay at quite a bit underneath that bridge. Hey, there's John. Hey, John. Susie's AWOL. Oh, took Curly out.
Do you want to show them the inside?
Is it squared up? Yeah, we can show them the inside. All right. quick inside tour. It's like a. Wait, do you guys remember that skit on SNL, The Continental, with who was that? Christopher Walken. Oh, and there's Pixie. Hi, Pixie Cat. Yeah, so this is the inside. We got the kitchens. Shower, which is actually the cat box room. This is our bunkhouse, our bedroom. And that's our bathroom. Yeah. And you can see we have the chairs face around backwards. All our music gear's up there, like all our music gear. Yeah. And this part here is a slide out. So normally this is about 1.5 feet forward. They hit a little button that all slides back, so you have floor space for dancing or whatever you want to do. Everything's controlled by this or an app, and it's TV. I don't know why the TV's in here, but there's one. If you were so inclined to watch TV. All right, let's get you out of here.
It's not a bad
Charlie
little
the
spot.
Wonder
Okay.
People.
We're right on the water.
And it has tons of storage. Ooh, Charlie all of
You're
a
gonna
sudden.
show Charlie.
Charlie the Wonder People. That's it.
All right. There's the Charlie. He's happy now. Look at him.
He's obsessed with that cat.
He's a happy boy. Charlie's a good boy.
Parker was saying he wears the Burt fleece all the time.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
So that's Parker. You guys should come here. This is the quirkiest little place. It's just there's like it's an island, and it has, like Allison said, it has like little houses and mobile homes and all over the place, and it has RV pads.
Really close together.
And you can, a lot of people rent their places out, so you can rent them. Now, every so often, how many bathhouses are there here?
Like 7.
There's like 7 bathhouses distributed along the island, so you can go in there and shower there if you want for whatever reason.
Use their toilets.
Use their toilets, whatever. They have a big facility up there with a pool, and they have like a restaurant and
There's bocce ball and a pickleball.
bocce ball, pickleball, horseshoes, all of that stuff
Cornhole.
is up there. They have a jam every week if you're a musician. We did the Christmas jam up there with everybody.
Thanks for letting us intrude.
Oh, yeah.
And but they also have like a beach area that you have to cross A1A, cross the street, and there's like a beach area. And there's a pool up there, the ocean pool, which we haven't been to.
Today's our last day, so if we're gonna go there, we need
Yeah,
to go see.
and they also have, there's a marina here too, a small marina, and they have a store there that sells pretty much everything you want, and another restaurant there, and a pizza place, and a salon, and a bunch of other things that are there. It's a really kind of quirky, fun place, and everybody's really chill and relaxed, and
And you could
Nice.
really live here and not have to leave here very often. We already got an Instacart order in here because we don't have a separate car, and we've got everything all hooked up, and Galen didn't want to disconnect everything to go shopping. And we use Instacart all the time anyway because of being on the boat, because we
Yeah.
don't normally have a car. So we'll just come into a marina and have our groceries delivered to us right there, and then bring it back by dinghy to the boat. So it's a very encapsulated. I can see how people come here and they're like, and then you just never leave.
And you never leave.
Yeah.
It's like a tiny little village.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But and everyone's so nice. I don't think I've encountered one even remotely rude person. Everyone says hi to everybody.
Well, everybody's
else.
super nice and yeah, it's really cool. Really enjoying it.
Yeah, so we're glad we came.
So we have been looking at boats. We drugged John and Susie up to look at a boat up in Fort Pierce. Looked at another Manta 42, and that was a blast. It kind of got them thinking that they want to get a boat again. So
Parker was asking where exactly we are.
we are on Nettles Island in Florida, which is right off Hutchinson Island, which is between Fort Pierce and just actually closer to Jensen Beach on off A1A, Jimmy Buffett Memorial Highway.
For those that don't know Florida that well, it's a little bit above Palm Beach, you know, up the coast a little bit.
Yeah, it's on the Treasure Coast. It's on the Treasure Coast. Definitely, Park. You're gonna want to check this out. It'd be a very interesting thing for you guys.
Yeah, you can rent little houses down here, and some of them are seriously so quirky and
Yeah.
fun.
And like some of them are like old, like vintage, like RVs.
Yeah, with little
or
extensions
old
on them
vintage
and stuff.
trailers, and some of them are different. You know, like newer things, more modern things. I don't know. It's really cool.
Mm, like that.
So when we were up in Fort Pierce, though, we stopped at this place, and it was the Manatee Observation Center, and it's a place where there's a nuclear power plant kind of close to there, and there's a lot of warm water, and the manatees like that. So and this had like a little canal that went up by it, and you could. And the manatees like going up there, so that's where they put the Manatee Observation Center, and you can go look at the manatees up there. There weren't any. They're doing construction on a bridge right there, so the manatees are like, screw that. But if you don't know what a manatee is like a giant cow in the water. It's just.
It's true.
It's huge. They're just massive mammals that just sit there and chew on grass all day.
The very first time I saw one in person, I was walking on the docks at Sandpiper Marina in Port St. Lucie, and I grew up around a dairy farm, so like, you know, I know what cows sound like, and it literally just sounded like a cow munching on grass. And I was like, what the heck is that? And I looked down, and there was this gigantic manatee and a baby manatee, which even the baby was big. And they were just in the high grass behind the docks, and Sandpiper just like pulling at all the long grass. And I'm like, oh my god, they're very cool.
Yeah.
And they're very noisy
so-
when they come up for air.
Yeah, so we we went in there. Problem is, we were with John, and John, because he's like, hey, come and see this place. And he'd already been in and was talking to somebody about something. So he took us in the back door, and we go in the back door, and
We're just following him.
we were in there, and we started talking to everybody, and the lady showed us around. There's a very knowledgeable woman in there who actually was educated at UMaine from her undergrad degree. And she was telling us all about like the manatees and how they have 2 rows of teeth that like run on a conveyor belt. They just like, they grow from the back and move to the front, and then they fall out the front.
And the only
Like their
other,
whole lives, that's what happened. It's like, holy shit.
and the only other animal like that is an elephant.
No, elephant and a red kangaroo. Red kangaroo. Anyways, she went through that whole thing, and we were like, oh, great. And then, and we were like talking. We're being, you know, it's a small place. It's a very, this is
Basically a big room.
both sides of the RV. with a bunch of tanks in it. And so we left, and then I went into the gift shop, which is amazing. The gift shop there, you know, most gift shops have like cheesy crap. This had a lot of really good stuff in it. And I'm like gathering stuff up, putting up on the thing, and I'm like, I need to ask Allison a question. So I go back, I go in the actual manatee place, and I'm like looking around for Allison, and I hear this, hey, this old guy starts yelling at me. And I was like, what's going on? Whoa, what's going on? And he's like yelling at me. I'm like, okay, whoa. He goes, you need to pay. And I'm like, okay, I'm just here looking for my wife. I'm just a volunteer. You need to pay. And I'm like,
Okay.
I'll pay. Well, we were here. That's fair. What do you? It's $3.
No problem.
Gave him a 20 and I'm waiting for change, and he starts going off on me, and I'm like, buddy, I'm sorry, but can you just give me my change? Yeah, then he gave me, and he wouldn't give me my change until he knew where I was from, and then
Because you had to log in.
and then
Log that you were
so yeah, because he gets out a clipboard, and I'm like, oh Jesus, I'm just looking for my wife. Yeah, and he puts down where we're from and everything. He goes, I used to canoe up there. I'm like, I'm glad for you, man. So we escaped that.
I get to hold a corn snake.
I get to buy this really cool T-shirt. It's the most Florida shirt I've ever seen. With a bunch of old manatees on it and hats and a hippie bus. So,
I like it.
so yeah, we had a blast up there. We got a really cool cutting board and other things.
Parker says he might come down if he doesn't go to Ireland this summer. Dude, if you want a vacation in Florida, we will definitely be part of that.
Yeah.
We'll make something
It
awesome.
might be
happen.
part of his Ireland vacation too.
Bill wanted to know if today's our last day where we're going. So we haven't actually made a reservation yet.
It's the last day where we are.
Yes, last day in this complex. So we've already talked to one in Port St. Lucie that we were considering staying at. We didn't officially pull the trigger on that. The
Well,
RV place.
we can't. They wanted
Oh.
a vaccination for pickles. That's
Yeah,
the
they
whole
wouldn't.
point.
They wouldn't let us. That's right. They wouldn't let us make the reservation until we had documentation of Pickles having his rabies vaccine, which we're overdue. He's overdue, and we didn't even consider because we thought he'll never leave the RV.
Unless we're
It's not
leaving
an
the
issue.
country, we didn't think we needed to worry about that. So
Yeah,
we're gonna go get him jabbed.
we were just at the vets a couple weeks ago too. We could have had it done then, but
We might just boondock though. I mean, we're talking about Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday we have to be somewhere near Stewart for our gig.
yeah. We've got a gig at Sailor's Return in Stewart on Christmas Eve, 5 to 8 p.m.
And then Christmas we need to be by Port St. Lucie for Bonnie
Christmas
and
with
Henry.
Bonnie and Henry and the kids.
And then we have to be in Miami on the 27th to look at a boat. So our idea was we were going to stop at this park that we wanted to go to and rent a car and then just keep the rig up there and rent a car. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll get him poked if we can get him poked, and then if not, then we'll I guess we'll just boondock around.
Well, and our cousins were just I didn't have a time to respond to her, but she was just messaging me and saying, we found some place in the neighborhood you could just park the RVs. might be boondocking over next to Bonnie and Henry for a little bit. I'm going to miss the pool and the shower.
Yeah, well, you can use Bonnie's pool
Oh, that's true.
and her shower.
That's true. That might not be a bad scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to park in somebody's driveway, I don't know, for a number of reasons, but the biggest reason being is we're going to have to run the generator.
Yeah, and it's going to be
This
fun.
has a very anemic battery.
There
It's
are,
just a flooded 12 volt. You'd think, a rig like this, you'd be talking about like a 500 amp hours of lithium or something, but yeah.
Plug it into the house.
Well, oh, yeah, we could do that actually.
they
yeah.
are, so our cousins already have a full-size tow behind fifth wheel in their driveway, so we can't fit in there. So.
Oh yeah, we'd be plugging into somebody else's
Yeah.
house, and yeah, we'll just not do any of that.
The other
Go
thing
to
is,
friggin' Home Depot, where there's 1,000 Cracker Barrel. We found out. You can stay at a Cracker Barrel, you can stay at Home Depot, you can stay at Lowe's,
yeah,
you can stay at Walmart.
lots of places.
Yeah, there's a bunch of places you can park the RV for a night. Just don't be a dick about it. Don't do this. Don't like bring your camping gear out and stuff.
The other thing is that there are a whole bunch of places through Harvest Host.
Yeah.
Where it's around 20-25 bucks a night, and you don't have all the amenities. It might just be someone's front yard.
Hip camp.
Oh, there's two.
Yeah.
Harvest Host is normally
Right.
free. Oh, that's right. And like sometimes 20 bucks if you're hooking up or something
Well, that's
like that. Yeah.
that's the one you pay the yearly subscription for.
Yeah.
Right.
It's really
You say breweries and stuff, right?
Yeah, there are a lot of breweries and distilleries. John was just saying that'll let you stay. But if you actually want power hookup so you can have air conditioning, there are a bunch of places where they will let you stay and pay like 20 bucks for electricity for the night, and it's free. But you have to have a subscription service to this thing called Harvest Host. You pay like 70 bucks a year, which is less than we would normally pay for a day here. But then all these
Yeah.
places you can stay for free, and some of them are really cool, like stay at this llama farm, or stay at this really cool agricultural center, or just really interesting stuff.
And we're still learning all this, so learning it on the fly. But
Got a week and a half to get it right.
yeah. So if we end up boondocking, we're gonna have to find a place. So I imagine there's places you can go to pump out, right?
Oh yeah.
Like Camper World.
Camping World is free right before you.
And at that wiki camps, we'll show you different lookout stations
Okay.
on the map.
All right. So I subscribe to RV Life because it has like the routing for and I'll check that and see if that might have the same feature.
Yeah, the wiki camps is an app that's free.
Wiki Camp.
I think, or it's like $3. I mean, it's
So
really
nominal. Yeah.
cheap.
So Mike says Cracker Barrel is super friendly. Be careful because some of the Walmarts are not as friendly as they used to be.
Yeah, I did hear you have to call the Walmart that you're going to.
You have to do that with Lowe's and Home Depot too, and it's normally not a problem. But like if they know they already have 5 RVs in their parking lot, they might say, "No, I'm sorry, you can't stay tonight." They want to limit the number of people there and doing it. Guess who's on? Charles Liss.
Charles Liss.
Charles Liss and Sandpiper is reopening on February 1st.
Of course they are. Yeah. Let us know how that goes.
So we're in Florida, Charles. If you're going to be anywhere around the Port St. Lucie area before December 30th, let us know.
We will come find you. Yes.
Charles Liss is a phenomenal guitar player that played at the resort. We met him there.
Just a super guy. Just a super guy. So we're on Nettles Island, Charles. Yeah, I think you know where that is. It's on A1A between Jensen and Fort Pierce. So yeah, we would love to catch up with you if you're in the area.
I'm really appreciating the awning giving us a little bit. My legs
A
are
little
pretty
bit of
hot,
shade,
but
yeah. We need some color back anyways. We
Yeah,
lost all our color.
we were up in Maine all summer, and that was wonderful to be close to everybody. But my tan, bye-bye, non-existent. Yep, I thought I was going to be lounging by the pool a lot this week, but that didn't really happen as much as I thought it would. That's all right. We've got another week and a half. I can go this time. I think I will.
There you go.
Unless you have any big plans you want.
Oh, we need to kind of get ready to go, but aside from that,
Yeah.
yeah.
We have a lot to do to go. I mean, like right now, I've got everything stowed in there.
Yeah, I
So-
want to have like ready to move.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. Okay, Grandpa.
What? You want to get up at 6 o'clock in the
No,
morning?
I
I
don't. I don't.
But-
Yeah, so checkout here is tomorrow at 11 a.m. and I'm sure we won't be leaving at 11 a.m. Maybe like, 10ish. And I guess we'll figure out where we're gonna go from there. We can call Bonnie and Henry and find out if maybe that driveway is somewhere to go just for the night. They were hoping to have us over for dinner and stuff.
Yeah, dinner.
I know.
Yeah.
I think that is a part of our lifestyle that a lot of people really don't understand, and I personally get a lot of questions from friends, and like my mother and others, where it's that uncertainty of like, yeah, I don't know where I'm sleeping in that, but I don't know where that's going to be tomorrow night. You know, that uncertainty is something that a lot of people don't handle well, where they just really do not enjoy that. It's like, I want to know exactly what's going to happen, exactly what the plan is, and it's a big part of our lives is that, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, we get that all week long.
Yeah, we had no plans, no reservations.
Think about it like a day ahead, like, oh, I think maybe we'll want to stop around here. Let's call them and see if they have spotted.
We think about around 1.
Yep. And when we're sailing, even if we're on a particular destination, like if we're going between Florida and North Carolina and we're on the ICW or something, we have an idea of like, we could stop here, here, or here. We'll see how we feel at that point in the day. Like, we'll get to this point, do we have another 3 hours in us or not? You know, we'll figure it out. But we always have a bunch of contingencies of where we're going to stop. So before we go, let's just briefly talk about, so we have looked at 2 boats now.
For this trip, yeah,
for
we've
this
looked
trip,
at
yeah.
2 boats. First one we hit on the way down, we hit in South Carolina, in Charleston. It was a,
The first one was a Island Spirit.
Thank you, Island Spirit 401. And it was surprisingly, yeah, it was just surprising. It was, well, we never heard of it before, and we just saw the listing pop up. Like, oh, okay, what's this? And
It's kind of on the way.
it looked nice and seemed to tick most of our boxes. We're like, check it out, and it was really interesting. It was very, very nice inside. It was very posh inside, except for where it wasn't. Like it was well designed and it looked really nice. Like except for like the countertops were cracked and broken up because of stress on the rig. So
That center point in the
yeah.
vessel.
So I mean that was a red flag, certainly. But yeah, but there were a lot of good points about it. Getting around on the boat,
Oh my God.
we could walk side by side around the whole boat and everywhere we wanted to go. It was just wide open.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been on a boat before where it was easy to just walk around, including out on deck. Just everything was so convenient. You're not tripping on things. You're not having to hang on to things because it's awkward. It was just wide open, and wow.
It was amazing, and it hit. And we're making videos for each one of these where we're going to talk about the different. You guys know we have the must-haves and everything. You know, the enclosed cockpit, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, it was good. And the second one we looked at was in Fort Pierce. We drug our friends with us, and we had a great time looking at a Manta 42, which we were familiar with, the brand, and this one had like the swing seat in the back. It was just, oh my God.
So relaxed.
Yeah.
It's such a small thing, but it's such a big thing when you consider you need if you're living on that boat, you need those spaces to be comfortable, and that was really comfortable.
And so it was really nice, and it had it was pretty well capped, and I don't know.
The things we didn't like it were more about how we live on the boat, like lifestyle-y things. Like there's 2 trampolines on the front of the Manta 42, but there's a unique kind of mini boom that's on the front. So instead of having your jib on a big roller furler on the front of your boat, it's on a little mini boom that swings around. And when you're at anchor, that's sitting, upright between your trampolines. So if I'm on one little trampoline over here hanging out and Galen's on the other, there's this big sail pack between us.
I think John's right there. I don't see why you couldn't just attach the halyard to the other end of that boom and just lift it up so it's at least at an angle while you're.
As long as it wasn't
hanging
windy or anything. Yeah.
out.
But so there were just some,
And there was some weird, like some of the systems were like slightly outdated. Like the batteries were like 6-volt AGM, but there were 900 amp hours. So I'm like, oh wow, okay, that's a lot of, even though it's
solar.
AGM instead of lithium, that's a lot of, essentially it's more usable, technically more usable energy than we have right now with our lithium bank. So, but it has a weird water maker that's run on a diesel generator, which was really strange, but that diesel generator on that water maker can output 60 gallons an hour. That's insane. And you don't barely need, you run it for like, friggin' 45 minutes and you're done, unless you're completely, emptied your tank.
Yep.
So, I mean, God. So it's little weird trade-offs that we're not used to. That, can we put up with that? I don't know. So we got to think about that. It'd be change how we do things a little bit, but yeah, I don't know.
Charles Lutz wanted to make sure we were familiar with the Fort Pierce Park up there. Sunnier Palms.
That's what we were trying to get into.
That's what we were trying to get
They
into.
wouldn't let-
They wouldn't.
yeah.
They wanted pickles verification of rabies
Yes.
to get in there.
Yeah, so we need to poke pickles with a stick, and then we'll get them.
Then we're allowed in.
Then we're allowed in, and so yeah, so that was our original plan, is to stay up there for like a week, and then just kind of rent a car and go tool around. But yeah, I don't know.
We'll figure it all out in the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
And we can move. That's a great thing. We don't have to just go one place and stay there for a solid week.
No,
We can.
it's the week rates that were
The
pretty
week
good
rates
there.
are really good.
Yeah,
that was
they're-
the whole reason we wanted. to
Yeah,
do
the
that.
week rates were way better than the day rates up there.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
Although if we boondock for 3 days and then go there for 4 days, we'll probably want to pay plus. But we won't get the amenities.
yeah, I was gonna say, why not just
I don't know.
pay for the week?
Let's see. I'm sure I haven't missed anybody. Oh, I haven't checked YouTube for a little while. Oh, and your cousin Becky is on as well.
Hey Becky, how's it going? What
Snapchat.
time is it?
It is 11:49, so we're getting
Ah.
toward the end here.
Yeah.
I see you have a music loft, Christina had mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah.
That upper loft inside is just perfect for all of our music storage, especially
over
this
here.
trip because we had to bring everything for a gig. So we're bringing what we needed for almost 3 weeks of travel, plus doing music gigs. So, and next week, I'll bring out the new thing that I got this week. I got a little cool practice piano.
Oh, and I got a new ukulele too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're slacking on that stuff. Dean, fact checker of the Sail Bun, says just looked up Nettles Island on Google Maps, freaky. I'm not sure why it's freaky, but yeah, it is quirky. It is very quirky for sure. You can probably see us if you hone in, kind of on the lower side. This is getting really hot.
All right. Let's let's say our goodbyes, and I think I'll have an orange juice, and you had a mimosa yet?
I did. Oh,
Ah.
Susie's been hooking me up over here.
Nice.
Well, I hope everyone has a fantastic Sunday. Thanks for hanging out with us. And I'm not sure where we'll be next Sunday, but we will definitely be here on YouTube and on Facebook at 11 o'clock. And we'll probably have an RV in the background to get to.
Yeah, everybody have a great Christmas too.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
It's got to be like the last night of Hanukkah.
I think
It's
Makes
not
sense.
over.
I think it's based in place.
It was the 5th during the jam.
Right.
ah,
Because of the candle. Yeah. We don't
whatever
know.
you're celebrating the season, I
try.
hope you're enjoying it, and all the appropriate happies and marries. And we'll be on before New Year's.
All right, see you guys.
Bye. Have a great day.
This is good luck to me doing this.
Oh, it's so bright out here. It's hard
Yeah.
to see.
All right, so finish
Friends amazing.
this.